Let's talk about fear. That feeling that most people are familiar with. I've experienced fear, I experience fear to this very day, and I'm sure you have as well. But it's time we've redefined this fear, because I see far too many people, some really strong people, have this fear hold them back. I want to be able to redefine fear, so hopefully this feeling of fear doesn't cripple you, but instead empowers you. Don't get me wrong, everyone has faced and will continue to face fears. I will, you will too. The truth is we can't change this, but what we can change is our definition of fear. So let me help redefine fear. You can define fear as fuck everything and run. When things get tough, when you want to give up on something, you just go, hey man, I've had enough. I just want to leave it. I just want to go. Fuck it. I'm off. I'm gone. Or this is too hard. This is too difficult. I'm out of here. But if you keep on doing this, you'll end up with nothing. You will have nothing. You will do nothing. You're talented, you have abilities, you have ideas, you have so much going for you. But if this is your definition of fear, where every time you come across an obstacle, every time you face an uncomfortable situation, you're like, fuck everything and run, well, you're not gonna go far, if at all. With this strategy, you will never realize your potential. You will go to the grave with your potential. That's a sad way of living. That's a sad way of life. The other definition for fear is false expectations appearing real. Now this isn't as bad as fuck everything and run. At least you're not going backwards and you're not running away from the situation. But to be aware of fear, but to do nothing is also not really of value to you. Again, you achieve nothing out of it. Just the idea that you know that most of your fear are either not as bad as you thought or perhaps not even real, but you not doing anything isn't any better. The third definition of fear, which I hope you positively implement and actively choose to define your fear every time you feel it, is FEAR. Face everything and rise. I want you to think of yourself as the Steve Harvey or Lewis Litt of your game. I want you to think of yourself as Richard Branson or Oprah Winfrey of your life. I want you to go, man, I am shit scared, but you know what? I'm gonna face my fear. I have no idea what I'm going to do, but I'm going to face it. Because when you face your fear, that's courage. Courage isn't about being fearless. Courage is about being able to stand in spite of your fear. When you face your fear, when you go in with a mentality of, hey man, I'm gonna face everything and I'm going to rise. I'm gonna Steve Harvey this game. I'm gonna Lewis Lit this up. This is gonna get lit up. What's the worst that could happen? Even if you try something, you face your fear and you fail, you don't succeed, you will still rise to greatness. You will still rise to new heights. You will rise to become smarter. You will rise to become sharper. You will rise to become stronger. What kind of a person do you want to be? What kind of a person do you choose to be? Like I said, you have no control on what happens to you, the circumstances you're going to face in your life. You will face fear. Let's get that clear. You will face fear. But you can choose to define it as fuck everything and run, not get very far. You can choose to say false expectations appearing real, but you don't do anything about it. Or you can say, I'm gonna face everything and rise. What definition of fear will you choose to operate with? Have you, like me, gone through all three definitions of fear? How did you deal with it? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you perhaps experienced all three definitions of fear like I have? And if you have, what did you do to go from the transition of defining fear as fuck everything and run to face everything and rise? My name is Abdulrahman. You know me as the man inspiring millions.